Hey everyone, it's Chloe and I'm back with a travel haul video. So I've recently just been to Hawaii with my family for my parents' 10-year wedding anniversary, and while I was over there I did a little bit of shopping at Sephora. So I'm going to show you guys what I brought home with me and all of the skincare and the makeup and stuff that I took with me while I was away. So I think I'll start with the stuff that I took from home. And I'll start with my skincare, which I brought in this big little case here. I didn't bring that much, I think. In this little case, I of course brought some makeup wipes. My pick of makeup wipes at the moment has been these Garnier Micellar cleansing wipes. I just feel like they're really gentle on my skin and they're cheap, they're good, they work, they remove makeup pretty nicely. So I've been really liking these ones lately. I also brought along my matching Garnier Micellar water and some cotton pads. I take this everywhere I go. It removes makeup really well. It's nice for when you're kind of feeling a bit lazy but you still want to remove most of the makeup. That's kind of what I use it for. And for hard to get off stuff like mascaras and eyeshadow, just to keep it really nice and gentle, I like using something like this. I also took along my Josie Maran Argan Oil Cleanser. I like to use this because it really breaks down makeup because it's an oil cleanser. So it was really good for while I travel, and my skin, especially when you're flying and there's a lot of air conditioning, it gets super clogged up. And I find when I'm wearing makeup, it's really hard to remove it properly. So this is really nice to break down all of the makeup and get it off my face. Of course, I wouldn't go anywhere without my Skin B5. So I brought along mainly my Acne Control Cleansing Mousse and my moisturizer as well. Now I brought two of the moisturizers with me because I put one in my checked baggage and I put one in my carry-on as well, because these are only 50 ml, so you can take them on carry-on. And I find that on the plane, my skin gets so dry and I just feel so dehydrated no matter how much water I drink, and I feel disgusting. Usually just before I get off the plane, just before I get on the plane as well, I'll put on some moisturizer so I don't feel so gross all the time while I'm flying. It's really good. You can chuck it in your handbag and it's only 50 ml, so it's fine to take along with you. And then I obviously had one in my checked baggage just in case I needed another one. I didn't, but just in case. And then of course my Acne Control Cleansing Mousse. This one's 150 ml, so you can't take this in your checked baggage, but I wouldn't wash my face in an airplane bathroom anyway, so you kind of don't need to. But this is really good. It's just my daily skincare, so I always have to take this along with me. I also find as well that, again, this is quite gentle and it helps to get the rest of the dirt out of my skin that the Argan Oil Cleanser has just broken down. So I like to use this to break down makeup after I've been wearing it, especially while I'm away, and then use this to properly clean and cleanse underneath, in my pores, everywhere. These two are my favorite combo at the moment. I've had a lot of breakouts due to just some health issues, and then plus the flying, plus the air conditioning, plus all of that, it's just been crazy. But these two cleansers have saved my skin. They're saving my life. It's clearing up mostly on my forehead. I've still got a bit of acne around the sides of my face and on my cheeks, but it's all been clearing up really nicely. One last thing, I also took my Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe herbs and rose water. This is again a staple. I like to use it as a setting spray as well as part of my skincare routine. So I find when I'm traveling, I like to take things that I can use for multi-purpose because it's less to take with me. So for example, I didn't take another setting spray with me to Hawaii because I had this already. And this works really well to help set my makeup, I find. So why take both when you can just take one? Especially when you need to pack light as well. I don't like to take a bunch of stuff with me because it's just too much. And then especially when you're going shopping and buying more stuff, it's just, there's way too much stuff and I can't handle it. And the last thing I had in here was a hairbrush. So that's mainly the skincare I took along with me. And then in terms of makeup, I brought two little bags, which is a bit overboard, but I brought two little bags. One of them's like full of actual makeup, and then one is more just for brushes because I don't really have a brush holder for when I travel. I need to get one of those. But then I also took this Tarte palette as well, only because it is full of eyeshadows. So I can use it for every day, for special occasions, like when we went to a luau, for example, and I wanted to do my makeup a little bit nicer. So we've got a bunch of eyeshadow choices here, plus 2 blushes, a highlighter, and 2 bronzers. So I really didn't need to bring anything else with me. In that other makeup bag is just kind of like BB cream and mascara and eyebrow stuff and like a lip color, nothing else really. But I brought all of my face and eye stuff in this big palette, and it's really easy to travel with as well because it closes. And this little compartment here I use to store my eye brushes and like a couple of smaller face brushes. It's really easy to pack because it's pretty compact and it's got a lot in it. So I really like something like this for when I travel, because it's really easy to take away and you can just kind of chuck it wherever. In terms of brushes, you know, it's pretty stock standard. I brought a couple face brushes. I brought the eye brushes that were in that little Tarte compartment, and then I also just brought a beauty blender. There's nothing too exciting to show there. And in terms of actual makeup that I brought with me, it's got like lash curlers and stuff in there too. But I just brought my Benefit brow stuff, so my 24-hour brow set and my Goof Proof pencil, pretty much my go-tos when it comes to doing my brows. I also brought my go-to just Chi Chi Super BB cream. This has the coverage of like a foundation, but it's so easy to apply and easy to put on because it's a BB cream. I take this everywhere I go. It's pretty well loved. My other color of this as well is super well loved. Like, it's a bit gross. This one's in the shade medium because I was still a bit tan from summer and I was getting more tan while I was over there. I look like a ghost still. I mean, that's fine, but I'm actually tan right now, so that's a bit concerning, but whatever. Before I brought the Tarte palette, I actually didn't realize I brought this with me, but this is a 3-Ina blush. It's a fluoro palette, sorry. It's just a nice little blush. I didn't even realize I brought this with me because I brought that Tarte palette, so I just used that blush, but I guess I had an extra option I didn't even know about while I was there. I also brought over my Tarte Amazonian Clay Powder Foundation in the shade Fair Light Neutral. This is really good. It's really full coverage for a powder foundation as well. I find that my skin usually gets a bit too dry for powder foundations, especially when I'm traveling, but this one's pretty good and it doesn't stick to any of my dry patches, I find. And especially if I go in first with my Skin B5 moisturizer, this just glides on top and it's really, really quick and easy. So we did a lot of early morning tours and stuff, like we went and saw Pearl Harbor. We did a tour like around the island of Hawaii, and I was getting up at like 5:30 in the morning the second day I got there, and I was still so jet lagged and I just could not be bothered putting on anything. So I would just chuck on a little bit of this just to kind of even out my skin, and I would just go, like, I could not be bothered. And then I also brought just an extra brow gel. This one's a tinted brow gel, so my 24-hour brow set is a clear one. Brought a tinted one as well, just because, again, if I didn't want to do my whole brow like with the Goof Proof pencil, I would just chuck a little bit of this on. I just like to give myself options while I'm away because, you know, you don't know how you're kind of going to be feeling, but this is probably the least I've packed in terms of makeup in a long time while I've been traveling. Usually I'm such an overpacker. Usually I take everything with me and I'm just like, why'd I bring all this stuff? I don't need it. I'd never use it. But this time I was good. I only brought 3 concealers. That's not extra. I brought 3 concealers with me. I brought my NARS Creamy Concealer in Custard. I take this everywhere with me. This is my go-to concealer. It's probably my favorite concealer, like, of all time. And I brought my Collection Lasting Perfection concealers as well. I've been really liking these ones lately. I feel like sometimes they look a little bit dry. Overall, they're pretty good. I usually bring both of these because I don't have a shade that matches me perfectly. Like, the NARS matches me perfectly everywhere. I can use it under my eyes, I can use it on my face. But these ones, I've got Cool Medium, which is a bit too pink on its own sometimes, and Fair, which is just when I'm tan and like it's so light, it's so fair. So I like to mix them together and it usually makes a pretty good shade for me on a regular basis. But then I also use Fair to highlight my face as well. They're kind of multi-purpose again. That's kind of all I brought. I also brought an extra little highlighter because I can't go anywhere without a Becca highlighter. Like, if you know me, I own almost every single Becca highlighter. I'm obsessed. I can't go anywhere without them. So I brought my tiny little opal highlighter. Again, this is literally the smallest thing ever. So it's so much smaller than a regular Becca highlighter. Let me find a regular size one so you can compare it. So this is the size of a regular Becca highlighter, and this is the size of the miniature Opal. So you can see how much easier it is to travel with something like this. And Opal, I think, is my favorite shade out of the Becca highlighter range, besides like Jaclyn Hill's Champagne Pop. And I've had this for ages and I use it all the time, and it's got the smallest dint. Like, it's barely even been used. It's got the tiniest little dint in it. These highlighters last forever. I think I'm gonna have them forever. Even Pearl, like, it doesn't even look like it's been used. And I use it all the time. That's pretty much it in terms of the stuff that I took with me. I was saving unpacking it all for this video, and now it's just, I've just got stuff everywhere, don't I? I didn't think that one through very well, but that's okay. Literally, if you see the desk that I'm working on right now, there's stuff everywhere. Let's continue on to probably the more exciting part, which is the stuff that I brought home. So the first time I ever went to the States was about 2 years ago, and while I was there, this was well before any of these brands had like been released in Australia or were accessible to Australians. So I went absolutely nuts. Like, I think I bought everything I saw. This time I didn't buy as much stuff, but I still got my hands on a couple things before they were released here. I think now they're released here, but I'm not too sure, don't quote me. But yeah, I managed to get my hands on a few things that I was really eyeing. So let's get into it. I'll show you what I bought. First off, we went to Walmart, which was an experience in itself. I'm gonna attach a funny little picture right there of me and my sister in like lamb heads. They were just everywhere, and I had a shark head on as well. Like, Walmart sells everything. Walmart, as my dad described it, is like Kmart on steroids. We lost my mum in Walmart. Let me tell you. Okay, so we're walking around Walmart. I'm walking around with my mum and my sister. My dad and my brother were walking around somewhere else. I stopped in the beauty section, obviously, and I was purchasing a few things, and my mum and my sister walked off on me. So I was like, yeah, that's okay, I'll find them. They can't have gone that far. I walked around Walmart, couldn't find them. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went back to the section where I knew my brother and my dad were. It was like some car cleaning section. So I was like, all right, found them. I go, guys, I can't find Mum and Allegra. That's my sister's name. I go, Mum, Dad, I can't find them. It's like, all right, that's all right. We'll go have a look. They'll be in here somewhere. I think we walked around Walmart about 8 times before we found them. And that place is huge. Like, I don't even understand. We walked past we walked up and down every single aisle. We split up at one point, and I was like, I don't want to split up because I'm going to lose you too. This place is huge. And we ended up finding them in the souvenir section, like right at the entrance. And we were like, where did you go? Like, we were starting to get super worried too, because we had been walking around for a good like 20 minutes trying to find them, and they were just nowhere. So I mean, if that's not a testament to how huge Walmart is, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. So while I was at Walmart, I managed to pick up the Airspun Loose Powder, and I just got it in the shade Translucent. I'm really excited to use this one. I've heard really good things about it. So I also picked up the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and I got it in the shade Soft Ivory, which was described there as like a fair neutral kind of shade. At the moment, it's too light for me, but I do have a bit of a tan at the moment. It doesn't look like it, I know, but this is actually what I look like when I'm tanned. So when I'm pale again in the winter, this will probably match me pretty well. I'll probably do a first impression kind of video on it. I kind of want to do a video with all of these things and do like a full face first impression. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to use this one because it's just way too light at the moment. I was really excited about this one. I also picked up the Bad Gal Bang. This is just the box because I couldn't wait. I had to start using it, and I love it to death. It makes my lashes look amazing. It's the only thing that can make them still look curly, because naturally my lashes just droop back down no matter how much I curl them, no matter how much mascara I put on them, no matter how much I tease them. So this is literally the only mascara besides the L'Oreal Telescopic that actually makes them stay up, and I think I like this more. And the L'Oreal Telescopic is like my holy grail mascara, and I think this one might actually be taking over. That's a big claim. I only bought a small like sample size because I wanted to try it. I didn't want to commit to the full size if I wasn't going to like it. But I Oh, I love it so much. I read somewhere that a lot of people find it hard to remove, but personally I have no problem at all with removing it. It comes off straight away. Like, not, for example, I haven't cried with it on, but like, for example, it doesn't fall off throughout the day if my eyes get watery, it doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge. But when I go in with a cleanser, or I'll go in with a micellar water or the argan oil cleanser that I mentioned before, it comes right off. So I was a bit concerned when I did buy it because I didn't want it to be super hard to remove, and like, you know, when your lashes come out because you can't get something off. I don't have that problem with this mascara, so I'm quite happy about that. I don't know if there's two formulas, like a waterproof formula, maybe that's really hard to remove, I'm not sure. Damn, this is a really good mascara. I don't even know where to like start, you know, like I picked up so many things, I'm kind of really excited about them all. I picked up this little Milk Makeup blurring stick, I believe it is. Cooling water blurring stick, which I believe is like a priming stick. I don't think we get a lot of Milk Makeup in Australia, like not from what I've seen. Quote, like, tell me if I'm wrong, but from what I've seen, it's not really that accessible. I don't even know how to open this. So I saw these little minis and I was like, well, I definitely want to grab something while I'm here to try. I'm like, I really don't know how to, I think I broke it. Okay, well, I think that's enough of that. You get the idea. It's a cooling priming stick, so I'm excited to try that one. Maybe I'll look at some reviews and work out how to open it without breaking it. That would be ideal. So I also picked up this Sephora Pomegranate Eye Mask. These ones are my favorite ones. They're for anti-fatigue and anti-aging and anti-dark circles and all of that stuff. I just find they're really nice and hydrating for my under eyes. I get pretty dry under eye areas. Like, I get a few creases and fine lines and stuff, so I find these ones are really nice. And they're really easy to pick up from Sephora while you're there. I always grab 1 or 2 of them just to keep on me, because I think I used my last one, so I don't have any left. I'm trying to save the best things for last, but I can't help myself. I picked up the Soft Glam palette by Anastasia. Oh my god, I'm so excited to use this one. We don't have, or when I was there, this wasn't released in Australia yet. I think now it's been released in Sephora online only, but oh my god. Are you ready? I don't think you're ready. I'm not ready. Oh, look at this. Look at these shades. I was honestly so excited. I walked into Sephora and I made a beeline for this thing. I went there and I was 100%, before I went to Hawaii, I was like, I'm not leaving without this palette. And I went to Sephora and it was the first thing I picked up and I was like, yes, done, happy. I can die happy now. So I got this one. I'm so excited to try and use it. I'm so excited to try it and use it. But I've been holding off because I obviously wanted to show it in this video looking nice and pretty and not damaged. So now that this video is going to be filmed, I'm going to go nuts and I'm going to use it all the time. And while I was there, because I actually don't own any palettes from the Anastasia, like the new family that they're saying. The only Anastasia palette I actually own is the, I don't remember what it's called, but it had all the shimmery shades in it. The Self-Made. This is the only palette from Anastasia I actually owned before I went on this trip. And this one's all like shimmery shades basically. But that shade is my favorite eyeshadow color of all time. And I love this palette to death. Like the shades are beautiful. But there's no mattes in them. I did buy it though because, well, it's stunning. And I do get quite a bit of use out of it. But I didn't own any other Anastasia palettes before that. So I also picked up the Modern Renaissance palette, or Modern Renaissance, however you want to say it. I say Renaissance. This one is just as stunning. I was going to pick up Subculture while I was there as well, because that was the palette I was really excited about. I remember when this one came out, I was like, you know, that's beautiful, but it wasn't, I usually go for more of those like greeny, earthy kind of shades. I think this is stunning again, and I will definitely get a lot of use out of this. I probably have too many palettes with like greeny, earthy shades, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know, I kind of held off getting this one, I guess just until the hype died down. I really wanted to grab Subculture while I was there as well, but I didn't, just because, you know, all of those reviews that are like, you know, it's kind of hard to use and all of that stuff, and I figured I've got a lot of palettes with those same tones, so I just picked up both of these ones instead. No regrets. Not a single one. And the boxes they come in are beautiful as well. And the way that these feel, like they're so, like they're velvety. Oh, suede. I love them. I can just touch them all the time. And every time I've shown someone this, they read it as soft clam. Soft glam, you guys. Glam, not clam. And someone was like, is it clam because it's in Hawaii? I was like, literally no. Of course though, I didn't stop there with Anastasia. How could I not get this? The Amrezy highlighter. I actually wasn't planning on getting this, but the Sephora employee totally sold me on it. You did good, girl. You did a good job. The packaging itself is beautiful, and then when she showed me the actual highlighter, I was just blown away. Like, look at that. It's stunning. And she swatched it on her hand, and I was blown away. I don't think I really because I don't follow Amrezy myself, I didn't really realize how stunning it was. And I'd seen everyone talking about it, but I'd never really looked into it. Holy shit, this is gonna be my new favorite highlighter. Like, I can tell already. And I haven't swatched it or anything yet because I really want to use it on my face. I can't stop opening it. I just love the way that it's kind of indented, like it's like waves. Oh, that stuff gets me every time. I love it. But then you don't want to ruin it. Do you know what I mean? I also got I'll just show it now. I got this little living proof box set thing because I had like 1,000 points. So I just kind of redeemed this. This was like 500 points or so. It's just got, I don't even know what's in it. It's just got a shampoo and conditioner, a mask treatment, and a spray, all for hair, obviously. So I guess I'll give this a go. My hair's pretty healthy, so maybe I'll give it to my mum. She's got a lot of split ends. Maybe she'll enjoy this one. Oh, I also picked up the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick Foundation. I've been looking for a good stick foundation for when I travel because I'm pretty lazy, as I'm sure we've all worked out by now. I'm pretty lazy. So I never tried this one at home. I'm not sure why. I think it's just because at home the price is obviously like so much more than what it is over there. And I had tried things like the Vanish stick and I hated it. Honestly, I hated it. It didn't work on my skin type. I couldn't find a color that matched me well enough. I did not like it at all. And I basically went into Sephora and I was like, give me the opposite of the Vanish stick. And the Sephora employee recommended this one. I got a color match on it, and this color matches perfectly. It's 118 or Y325. It's literally a perfect match. It looks seamless. I find the Vanish stick looks really dry on my skin, but this just really glides on and it's really, really nice. I obviously haven't used it yet, but this is probably more of, again, a color for when I'm a little bit more tan, but it matched beautifully. So I'm excited to use this one. I'm excited to have finally something easy to travel with. I've tried a bunch of stick foundations like from the drugstore as well. I've tried like a couple of like the really cheap brands like Savvy. I've tried a NYX stick foundation and none of them work. I'm pretty sure the NYX one just breaks me out, and it's been a struggle, but now I finally have this little guy. So hopefully this one works well. I'll have to test it a little bit more obviously before I take it places and commit to it fully. But I really, really like it. I've only got like 3 more things, which is a little bit tragic, but probably good that I didn't spend all my money. Well, I've only got 3 more makeup-y things. I did buy a couple of other little things as well, which I'll show you. But I had to get, because I've never tried it before, I had to get a small Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist. Everyone and their mum uses this, I swear. Like, I know it's like a Jaclyn Hill favorite, and like I'm pretty sure it's a Manny favorite as well, but I've never tried it before. So I just got this tiny little sample size. I couldn't help myself. All their little sample ones are so cute. That's why half the time I go to Sephora, I'll go for like one thing and I end up with 30 because I go to the counter and they get me every time. They get me. Yeah, I'm excited to use this one. The packaging is so cute and luxurious. It feels expensive, which I quite like. It feels like, you know, it's worth the money. It feels really luxurious. And a cute little spray top. Easy, and this will be easy to travel with as well because it's a smaller size. It's got 12 ml. I also picked up the Glam Glow Glow Setter setting spray. I didn't want to ruin the box, but I can't open it. Shannon Harris from ShanXO raves about this when I see it on her channel all the time. So I really wanted to pick it up because I love her. She's 100% my favorite YouTuber. Yeah, I just picked up this one. I was running out of setting spray anyway, so I needed some more. And I thought I might as well just try something new. I've heard really good things about it, and I'm excited to try it, and it's pink. I just really like it. It's very cute packaging. And the last makeup-y thing I bought, which I was super excited about, is this Natasha Denona All Over Glow. I love Natasha Denona products. I've only got one from her, but I've tried like a bunch of her palettes and stuff, but you know, I feel like it's very, very expensive in Australia. Like her eyeshadows and stuff are considered expensive anyway, but in Australia it's like astronomical in comparison to other stuff. So I guess I don't know a lot of people that actually do purchase Natasha Denona stuff for that reason, but it is such good quality and I really do love her stuff. Like I've got that holiday palette, the one with the blue and the orange, and it's stunning, stunning. So I had to, of course, pick up something from Natasha Denona, and I picked up this All Over Glow. So it's in the shade Light. It's just a highlighter. I was tossing up between getting... Okay, so listen to this. I had already gone to Sephora once when I had picked up this Amrezy highlighter. Totally forgot. I went again before I left because you can't go to Sephora once. And I went to Natasha Denona. I was like, okay, I'm definitely getting something. I'm either going to get a bronzer. Like I wanted something for a face. So I was like, oh, tossing up between a bronzer and a highlighter. I was like, I didn't buy any highlighters. This is beautiful. I'm just going to buy a highlighter. I get back to my hotel. Realized I had this one and I was like, well, that's okay. I'm just, oh, the more highlighter the better, right? Something I would definitely wear every day. And the packaging is, again, beautiful. I love her branding. Like it's very sleek and simple. I'm definitely getting a lot of use out of this one. Okay, so that's all of the makeup that I bought. I didn't buy a lot in comparison to the last time I went, but I probably... It's kind of a lot more than what the average person needs. But I have a collection, so it's fine. It's fine. I'm a collector. It's fine. I also picked up a couple of little things. Like I got a couple pairs of shoes. I got 2 pairs of new Converse, and I got a pair of Adidas Superstar. I also bought this Kate Spade little coin purse, which is, I'm obsessed. I'm thinking if I should get my initials embossed like on the bottom, like on my Kiki K one, or probably on the other side. But at the same time, I really like how sleek it is and how there's nothing really on it. I don't know, we'll see. And I also bought this cute little Tommy Hilfiger jumper. It's just a really thin pullover, which I wear all the time, and especially now that we're coming into winter in Australia, or autumn and winter, I just wanted something basic and cute, and everything in America is so cheap. I couldn't help myself. I love Tommy Hilfiger stuff. And again, this ended up costing me like 20 Australian dollars. Like I couldn't get over how cheap everything was there in comparison to here. Here you'd buy one of these for like at least 50 bucks, at least. That's less than half the price while you're over there. That's kind of all I bought. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've actually got a video coming out soon. I don't know if it'll be out before or after this video, maybe after this video, where I show you guys how I got unready while I was in Waikiki. So I actually filmed that one in my hotel room after the luau, and I put all of my skincare products into action. So you guys can watch that one if you'd like to see how I use my skincare while I'm away, and just the other stuff that I do while I get unready. Like there's a bit with me braiding my hair and stuff. Like it's just a really quick, chill, get unready with me type video. Like I was so ready for bed. I was so tired. Like surely you can see my eyes are all droopy in that video. It's pretty funny. Yeah, that's kind of it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the Skimby5 YouTube channel as well to see more of me doing this kind of thing. I also will probably film a full face first impressions using this kind of stuff. So if you guys would like to see that as well, drop us a comment down below. I'll definitely use this bad boy. You'll probably see quite a few tutorials with this coming up pretty soon because I'm just too excited about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your morning, day or night whenever you're watching this. Bye guys. I've got so much shit sitting here now. And I know I'm gonna have to put it all away.